continuing to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 24. You remember what we heard yesterday?
We heard about two things, that when Krishna comes, he comes for a reason. Like, he comes to uh, kill the miscreants and protect the devotees. And his birth is not dependent on the karma, or he's not like, how do we say, he's not dependent. He's independent. He comes on his own wish. He's not under the gunas or karmas. He doesn't have his results. And we also read that material world, everybody takes birth. We as a jivas, we take birth according to our desires and our karmas. But Krishna is not that. Krishna comes on his own will. He is no one is equal and greater than Krishna. And then we also read that why he created this material world. In the next one, they said that why. And the most important reason is that we can understand our sambandh with Krishna. We can revive our relationship with Krishna, go back to Godhead. So, like, we all are struggling in this material world, but we forget that the real purpose of our human birth is to go back to Godhead, because we turned our face away from Krishna. We wanted to be the Lord ourselves. That's why we were put in this material world. So the purpose that we are here is that we should revive our relationship with Krishna. We should surrender, and then we can go back to Godhead. We are part and parcel of His.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So we continue then with today's text 59. Akshauhuni nam patibhir
Akshauhi Ninam Patibhir
asurer nripa lanchane
Asure Nripalanchane
bhuva akramyamanaya
Bhuva Akramyamanaya
abharaya kritodyamaha.
Abharaya Kritodhyamaha.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Although the demons who take possession of the government are dressed like men of government, they do not know the duty of the government. Consequently, by the arrangement of God, such demons who possess great military strength fight with one another, and thus the great burden of demons on the surface of the earth is reduced. The demons increase their military power by the will of the Supreme, so that their numbers will be diminished, and the devotees will have a chance to advance in Krishna consciousness. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.8, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. The sadhus, the devotees of the Lord, are always eager to advance the cause of Krishna consciousness, so that the conditioned souls may be released from the bondage of birth and death. So that's what the sadhu always wants. He wants to give Krishna consciousness to everyone, so that everyone can go back home, back to Godhead. Everyone can stop the suffering. Vaishnava is para dukha dukhi. Yeah. He's unhappy to see every other suffering. He's the best friend of everyone, because he's showing everyone how to get out of the material world. So, but the asuras, the demons, impede the advancement of the Krishna consciousness movement. And therefore, Krishna arranges occasional fights between different asuras who are very much interested in increasing their military power. The duty of the government or king is not to increase military power unnecessarily. The duty of the government is to see that the people of the state advance in Krishna consciousness. For this purpose, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 4.13, Chaturvarnyam maya shrishtam gunakarma vibhagashaha. According to the three modes of material nature, and the work ascribed to them. The 4 divisions of human society were created by me. There should be an ideal class of men who are bona fide Brahmanas, and they should be given all protection. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. Krishna is very fond of Brahmanas and cows. So this prayer is for Krishna. No? Namo Brahmaya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. Krishna, he loves the Brahmanas and the cows. He protects the cows and the Brahmanas. So Krishna created the Varna Sharma system for our benefit so that we could work as we are naturally inclined, at the same time cultivate our spiritual knowledge. So the Brahmanas promulgate the cause of advancement in Krishna consciousness, and the cows give enough milk to maintain the body in the mode of goodness. The Kshatriyas and the government should be advised by the Brahmanas. Next, the Vaishyas should produce enough foodstuffs, and the Shudras, who cannot do anything beneficial on their own, should serve the 3 higher classes, the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas. This is the arrangement of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so that the conditioned souls will be released from the material condition and return home back to Godhead. So Krishna created this system. Brahmanas, they are the intelligent class. They're supposed to guide the Kshatriyas how to rule with compassion, yeah? How to rule for the upliftment of everyone. And the Kshatriya, they are supposed to give protection to all the citizens and rule under the guidance of the Brahmanas. The Vaishyas, they are the ones who produce the food grains and protect the cows. And the Shudras, and they serve the other classes.
Hare
So
Krishna,
this is
Shilpaji.
designed by Krishna. Yeah.
There is this line here in the purport that भगवान श्री कृष्ण भांति भांति के असुरों को समय समय पर परस्पर लड़ाते रहते हैं जो अपनी सैन्य शक्ति बढ़ाने में अत्यधिक रुचि रखते हैं। सरकार अथवा राजा का कर्तव्य अनावश्यक रूप से सैन्य शक्ति बढ़ाना नहीं है। So this is what we are seeing right now, right?
Yeah.
This is exactly what is happening now.
Yeah.
Because they are just fighting over the power and they are just increasing all their military resources. Every country, right, is just interested in increasing their military, and they're fighting among each other and they're killing each other.
Yeah.
Right? This and then
Yeah.
that, but that is not the purpose. In the next, he says that उनका वास्तविक कर्तव्य तो ये देखना है कि प्रजा कृष्ण भावना अमृत में अग्रसर हो. So, but nobody is caring about that right now.
That's right.
They're not even caring about their people. They're just caring about their ego and they're fighting. So, like exactly what we are seeing, what Prabhupada has written, right?
Yes. Because we are not following anymore the Varna Sharma system.
Mm.
There's no proper system. There's no proper protection of Brahmanas and cows. So there are no proper Brahmanas to guide the Kshatriyas how to rule. So there are no Kshatriyas how to rule properly. There are no proper Vaishyas giving cow protection. Yeah. So this is the purpose of Krishna's descent on the surface of the earth. Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya chatushkrita. So Krishna comes for this, to save the devotees and to annihilate the miscreants. Everyone must understand Krishna's activities, janma karma chame divyam. If one understands the purpose of Krishna's coming to this earth and performing his activities, one is immediately liberated. This liberation is the purpose of the creation, and Krishna's Krishna's descent upon the surface of the earth. So Krishna comes to attract our hearts. Krishna comes to show us that his activities are divyam. He was barely born, was so small, and he killed Putna demon, barely few months old. He killed Putna demon, picked up Govardhan when he is 7 years old. For 7 days, 7 nights, his feats are certainly divyam. If so, one can understand that Krishna, his appearance, his activities, they're all transcendental, spiritual. Then one gets liberation. And this is the reason he's created this material world, so that we can go back home, back to Godhead. Demons are very much interested in advancing a plan by which people will labor hard like cats, dogs, and hogs. But Krishna's devotees want to teach Krishna consciousness so that people will be satisfied with plain living and Krishna conscious advancement. So we can see that modern civilization, as a civilization, is turning away from God consciousness. And that's where all the problems are starting. Whereas the society needs to have God consciousness. We can have advancement, that's okay. But this advancement should be rooted firmly in God consciousness. And then everyone can be happy and peaceful. Whereas we are removing God from our lives and only running after advancement, and we can see that it's creating so many problems for everyone. Although demons have created many plans for industry and hard labor so that people will work day and night like animals, this is not the purpose of civilization. Such endeavors are jagato hitaha, that is, they are meant for the misfortune of the people in general. Shayaya, such activities lead to annihilation. One who understands the purpose of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, should seriously understand the importance of the Krishna consciousness movement and seriously take part in it. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that one who actually understands that what Krishna wants all of us to go back home, back to Godhead. So Srila Prabhupada is saying if one can understand this, then one should support the Krishna consciousness movement, take part in the Krishna consciousness movement, to help everyone, to give Krishna consciousness to others. One should not endeavor for ugra karma or unnecessary work for sense gratification. Nunam pramata kurute vikarma yad indriya pritaya apranoti. Bhagavatam 5, chapter 5.4. Simply for sense gratification, people make plans for material happiness. Maya sukhaya varam udvahato vimudhan. Bhagavatam, Canto 7, chapter 9, text 43. They do this because they're all vimudhas, rascals. For flickering happiness, people waste their human energy, not understanding the importance of the Krishna consciousness movement, but instead accusing the simple devotees of brainwashing. Because when Prabhupada had just started the movement, then some people were blaming him, oh, you're brainwashing our children. Yeah. So Prabhupada is saying here that they're accusing the simple devotees of brainwashing. And what the devotees are telling us, that this life has a higher purpose. This life is not only meant for sense gratification, not only meant for eating, sleeping, mating, defending. There's a purpose to being here in this material world, having this human form of life for us to realize our relationship with Krishna. Demons may falsely accuse the preachers of the Krishna consciousness movement, but Krishna will arrange a fight between the demons in which all the military power will be engaged and both parties of demons will be annihilated. So Krishna does that. He allows the different militaries to get more and more powerful, more and more weapons. And it's natural that when somebody has so much weapons, they're going to use it then.
Like
As we
how we
see
have
in the
seen it.
Mahabharat war,
Yeah,
huh?
Mahabharata, yes, yes, yes. I was saying the same thing. In the Mahabharata also we saw this, yeah.
Yeah. So many powerful Kshatriyas, so powerful they were. But because they were not doing the duty, so Krishna arranged this Mahabharat war.
And like everyone asked this question that, oh, why Krishna let it happen? He could have stopped it. He could have stopped it. But the answer is here
Yeah,
because they are not Krishna conscious.
yeah. Krishna wanted the world to be ruled by devotee.
Devotee, yes.
Yeah, Yudhishthir. Duryodhan was not a suitable emperor.
And like even at the time of Jarasandh, not Jarasandh, who was he whom he uh, fought 17 times? Jarasandh,
Yeah,
right? If I'm
yes,
Jarasandh, yeah.
yes,
He fought
Jarasan.
17 times. And every time Jarasandh came with a bigger army, and that was also his plan.
Yeah,
So everything has a purpose. Nothing is just happening on a coincidence or anything, like how we feel, what we read yesterday also. The creation we
yeah,
think is happening in a just like that. No, there is a creator. It's not just happening. So everything
yeah.
has a purpose.
That's right. Because that's like saying, okay, we wake up in the morning and we see, suppose we go to the kitchen and we see palak paneer is there in a nice dish.
Mhm. Nice
Then we say,
example. Yeah.
oh, nobody made it. But immediately the instinct to ask is, who made it? Of course, somebody has made it. Can't just come out of thin air, right? Somebody
Hmm.
has made the palak paneer. So who's made it? Immediately we'll ask, किसने बनाया? Who got up and made it? So the creation is also the same. Who made it? Mm. Karmani aparimeyani
Karmani aparimeyani
manasapi sureshvare
manasapi sureshvare
saha sankarshanas chakre
सह संकर्षणश्चक्रे
Bhagavan Madhusudanaha.
भगवान् मधुसूदनः.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, with the cooperation of Sankarshan, Balaram, performed activities beyond the mental comprehension of even such personalities as Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. For instance, Krishna arranged the battle of Kurukshetra to kill many demons for the relief of the entire world. So we were just saying about the Mahabharat war. Here, it's mentioned Krishna does that. So Krishna and Lord Balaram, they performed such wonderful activities that even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva couldn't understand. That's how we have also the Brahma Vimohan Leela soon coming up. We'll read how Lord Brahma gets bewildered, how Lord Shiva gets bewildered. Kalau Janishyamana Nam
कलौ जनेष्यमानानां
Dukkha Shoka Tamonudam
दुःखशोकातमोनुदम्
Anugrahaya Bhaktanam
अनुग्रहाय भक्तानां
Supunyam Vyatanodyashaha
punyam yajnuna yashaha.
To show causeless mercy to the devotees who would take birth in the future, in this age of Kali. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, acted in such a way that simply by remembering him, one will be freed from all the lamentation and unhappiness of material existence. In other words, he acted so that all future devotees, by accepting the instructions of Krishna consciousness stated in Bhagavad Gita, could be relieved from the pangs of material existence. The Lord's activities of saving the devotees and killing the demons, paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya chadushkritam, take place side by side. Krishna actually appears for the deliverance of the sadhus or bhaktas, but by killing the demons, he shows them mercy also, for anyone killed by Krishna is liberated. So simultaneously it's happening. He's killing the devotees, he's protecting he's killing the demons, he's protecting the devotees. And actually Krishna comes to protect the devotees. That's his purpose. Yeah, he's coming main for this. Paritranaya sadhuna. Because demons he can just kill by the arrangement of material energy. He can just arrange for them to kill themselves. He comes to be with the devotees, to have pastimes with the devotees. He came to speak the Bhagavad Gita for us so that we know what we have to do in Kali Yuga. Follow the instructions of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. He came to give us to leave behind the Bhagavatam for us. Arrange the speaking of Bhagavatam. So anyone killed by Krishna is liberated. This is Krishna's mercy on the demons. Whether the Lord kills or gives protection, he is kind to both the demons and the devotees. So Krishna is equal to all living entities. Even when he kills those demons, they get liberation. We heard about this extensively in the 7th canto when Yudhishthir Maharaj was asking Narad Muni, oh, how come Shishupal got liberation? And then Narad Muni goes on to speak about Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Lord Nishingha, right? Prahlad Maharaj. So it's Krishna's kindness that the devotee gets delivered. Okay. Yasmin Satkarna Piyushe
Yasmin satkarna piyushe
Yashastirthavare Sakret
yashastirtha vare sakrit
Shrotanjalir Upasprishya
shrotanjalir upeshipya
Dunute Karma Vasana.
dunute karma vasanam.
Simply by receiving the glories of the Lord through purified transcendental ears, the devotees of the Lord are immediately freed from strong material desires and engagement in fruitive activities. When the devotees orally receive the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as enacted in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, they immediately achieve a transcendental vision in which they are no longer interested in materialistic activities. Thus, they achieve freedom from the material world. So, by hearing about Krishna's instructions in Bhagavad Gita, by hearing about Krishna's pastimes in Bhagavatam, what happens is that one gives up, one gets freed of all the material desires, can give up the attachment to the material world. For sense gratification, practically everyone is engaged in materialistic activities. which prolong the process of Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, birth, death, old age, and disease. But the devotee, simply by hearing the message of Bhagavad Gita and further relishing the narrations of Srimad Bhagavatam, becomes so pure that he no longer takes interest in materialistic activities. At the moment, devotees in the Western countries are being attracted by Krishna consciousness and becoming uninterested in materialistic activities. And therefore, people are trying to oppose this movement. But they cannot possibly check this movement or stop the activities of the devotees in Europe and America by their artificial impositions. Here, the words Shrotanjalir Upasprishya indicate that simply by hearing the transcendental activities of the Lord, the devotees become so pure that they are immediately immune to the contamination of materialistic fluidic activities. So we can see that the effect of hearing about Krishna, right? The effect of hearing about Krishna is that we can give up our this tight, strong attachment that we have for material world. Anyabhilashita shunyam. Materialistic activities are unnecessary for the soul, and therefore the devotees are freed from such activities. The devotees are situated in liberation, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate, and therefore they cannot be called back to their material homes and materialistic activities. So the pure devotees, they are liberated. They are not on the material platform. And pure devotees, although they are in the body, they are in the material body, but they are liberated souls. So that's why they are called Jivan Mukta. And all their activities are spiritual for the pleasure of Krishna. So we can see that for our benefit, Krishna leaves behind. Krishna has left behind Bhagavad Gita, and he arranged also for the speaking of Srimad Bhagavatam for us. We simply have to hear these great literatures, great scriptures. By hearing, gradually, we will be purified and can give up this deep attachment for the material world. Is that okay?
Yes.
Did you want to add anything?
No, perfect.
Okay. Stop here then. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare